Okay. Okay, so let's start now. So basically, list of headings is one of the feared items in our test. We have some fill in the gaps. Basically, it's summary. So we want solve this one. Okay, today we will just go for list of headings. Okay.
Okay.
Or we can do it as well. We can solve the summary as well. So remember, okay, let's solve the summary as well. I think that will give you an idea how the list of headings is different than other topics. So basically, we discussed about how to find out the keyword in listening items. So we have to find out this keywords here as well. We did a listening summary the other day, isn't it?
Yes.
So we will go for this one as well. So we will look at the question at first. Like, there are a great number of more cookery books published than is really necessary, and it's their gap which makes them differ from each other. Great number of cookery books published then it's really necessary, and there. Okay, let's look at the questions here. So we will the thing is, we have to read the question first. Okay, for all the
Okay.
items we have to read the question first, like whether it's true, false, not given, whether it's fill in the gaps, whether it's MCQ, whether it's flowchart. We have to read the question first. But the list
Okay.
of headings is a exception. We have to read the passage first. We'll go for it later, but for now, just focus on the question now. There are a great number of more cookery books published than is really necessary, and it is their gap which makes them differ from each other. So let's go back to the question. Shelves spent under the weight of cookery books. Even a medium-sized bookshop contains many more recipes than one person would hope to cook in a lifetime. Are
Yes.
often similar to those in another. The presentation varies wildly. Okay, I think the answer would be presentation. Okay, is their presentation, which makes them differ from each other. Let's write it.
Presentation.
Which makes them different from each other. There are such large numbers. There are such large numbers because they offer people an escape from their gap and give the user the chance to inform themselves about other. Escape from. Okay, let's look for the word escape. Okay, we're not underlining the word this time because in the reading we have the questions first, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, promise to bring about a kind of domestic transformation. Okay, look at the question. No more than two
Yes.
words. Okay,
Okay.
no more than two words. Okay. I
No
forgot
more than 2 words.
to tell you that we have to notice this as well, because sometimes they'll write down to no more than one word and a number, no more than three words. Okay. So one word and a number means you can write one word and a number. Okay, not with one word, whether there will be a word or a number. Okay, so we have got the answer, domestic transformation.
Yes.
Are you understanding?
Domestic transformation. Can you show me the essay where the word
Passage.
domestic transformation used?
Yes, I can show you here. Okay, look at this one. It's
The
daily routine. Sorry. The reason for
Permissible.
abundance is that the Cocos promised to bring about a
Domestic.
kind of domestic transformation to the for the user. Okay. So let's look at the last fill in the gaps.
Last.
Some
They
give
can
the user
inform
the chance
themselves
to
about their
some give the user the chance to inform themselves about other. What will be here?
about other
The distance culture. Okay. They also give some give the user the chance to inform themselves about other culture. Okay. Other distant culture, I think the answer would be cultures, isn't it? The daily routine can be put one side, they liberate the user temporarily. Okay, I think the cultures will be the answer. Other cultures.
culture.
Cultures. Look at the answer now. Can you see the screen now?
Yes. Yes.
Which screen is showing?
What?
Which screen are they showing? Just the question,
Yeah, yes, question.
or they are
Question 17.
switching to Google Chrome as well.
It's okay.
Okay. Offline.
Reading passages in paragraph 8 by which paragraph contains the following information. Write the correct reply in boxes 17 to 21 on your answer sheet.
Presentation, daily routine, cultures. Okay. Presentation,
Unrest.
daily routine. Okay, I made a mistake here. Look at the question once again. I made a mistake, maybe. I'm sorry for that. Okay, just a second. Okay, I think the answer would be the daily routine. Okay, they have mentioned daily routine here. There are such numbers because they offer people an escape from their daily routine, not domestic transportation. Okay. I'm sorry, I wasn't
Daily
conscious
routine.
about it. I lost my attention, maybe. Okay. So I think
Okay.
you now you know how to solve fill in the gaps. Okay. But the list of headings are different. Okay. And that's the reason why I solve the reading questions for the first time. I mean, when I'm teaching, I just take a whole new reading passage, which I haven't solved yet. So I think that's good for the student as well, because he can know how I am naturally solving. Okay, it's not like I'm teaching it for 6 months or 5 months, and now I know all the answers, and there will be no glitch from my side. Okay. So
Okay.
look at this one, this portion. A to I. How many letters? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So there are 9 letters. Okay. So we have got 9 paragraphs.
Paragraph. Yeah.
But the questions here is just 17 to 21. That means only 5 questions. So, you know, that will be a trickier one. Okay. Normally, we have equal number of, I mean, in a majority of the cases, you will find that the questions and the number of passages are almost the same. But this question, this particular passage is different. We have 4 extra paragraphs. So that means there will be some confusions. Confusions may arise.
Yes.
But what we have to do here is you can either look at the questions at first. I mean,
Yeah.
just for a while. Cookery books providing sense of stability during periods of unrest, details in recipes being altered as they are passed on, knowledge which was in danger disappearing, the negative impact of cookery books of a new development, a period when there was no need for cookery books to be free. To be, okay, just a second, let me check the question once again.
To be free.
Mhm.
Maybe there is some other
Yes, I think so.
alpha.
To be precise, actually precise. Uh, okay, look at the question here. Cookery, okay, we have to do what we have to do here is we have to read the passages one by one, okay? Like
Okay.
this way, I will read the first passage, then I will try to find any relevant topic in the question. Shelves spent under the weight of cookery books, even a medium-sized bookshop contains many more recipes than one person could hope to cook in a lifetime. Although the recipes in one book are often similar to those in another, the presentation varies widely from an array of vegetarian cookbooks to instructions on cooking the food that historical figures might have eaten. The reason for this abundance is that cooking books promise to bring about a kind of domestic transformation for the user. The daily routine can be put to one side and they liberate the user, if only temporarily. To follow their instructions, is to turn a task which has to be performed every day into engaging romantic process. Into an engaging romantic process. Cookbooks also provide an opportunity to delve into distant cultures without having to turn up an airport to get there. So I think there is no relevant
Question.
topics here. Sorry, we don't have any relevant topics here. So
No.
we have to go for the next passage.
The
First Western cookbook appeared just over 1,600 years ago. Dire Concunara, which means concerning cookery, is attributed to a Roman gourmet named Epicius. It's probably a compilation of Roman and Greek recipes, some or all of them drawn from manuscripts that were later lost. The editor was sloppy, allowing several duplicated recipes to sneak in. Yet, Epicius' book set tone of cooking advice in Europe for more than 1,000 years. As a cookbook,
I
it's unsatisfactory with some basic instruction.
I think this
Yes,
this
I
paragraph is
think
irrelevant.
we've got this one. This one maybe altered as the processor, but
Details and research. Maybe not.
maybe not. We have
I
to.
think it is irrelevant.
We have to think about it later once again, but we have to read the whole passage because it's a trickier one.
Yeah.
We have got too many choices. Book sets the tone of a cooker advice for in Europe for more than thousands of years as a cookbook. Joseph Veiling, a chef who translated Epicius in the 1930s, suggested that the author has been obscure on purpose in case his secrets leaks out. I think we can write down B here, but we are not sure. Let's try to mark it in a different color. Let's mark it in red color. I think that will be better because we are not sure about it. Okay,
Okay.
let's go for the next one. But a more likely reason is that Apicius' recipes were written by and for professional cooks who could follow their shorthand. This situation continued for hundreds of years. There were no order to cookbooks. A cake recipe might be followed by a mutton one, but then they were not written for careful study. Before the 19th century, few educated people cooked for themselves. I think we have to
Brilliant.
ditch it as well because we are not sure about it. Hmm. Maybe we can write down here C, but we will mark it down in red mark as well. Okay, because we are not
Okay.
sure about it. No, but there is a hint that knowledge was disappearing. Okay, let's move on to the next one. The earliest employed literate chefs are presumably read recipes to their servants, which such cooks which have been capable of creating dishes from the vaguest of instructions. The invention of printing might have been expected to lead the greater clarity, but at first, and the reverse was true, as words acquired commercial value, uh, pla- pla-
Plagiarism.
sorry, plagiarism exploded, recipes distorted through reproduction. A recipe for boiled capon in the Good Housewives Jewel printed in 1596 advised the cook to add 3 or 4 dates. By 1653, when the recipes were given by a different author, a book of fruits and flowers, the cook was told to set the dish aside for 3 or 4 days. I think this one would be the D. I think the D would be the best choice. Do you think that?
It seems to me that,
Yes,
but
I
I'm
think
not
the
sure.
D would be the best option. So let's write it down in black mark. There will be some confusions. That's why I took a complete fresh question. Okay. Dominant theme in 16th, 17th century cookbooks was worded. Books combined recipes and household advice on the assumption that a well-made dish, a well-ordered ladder, and well-disciplined children were equally important. Books thus became a symbol of dependability. In chaotic times, the harder they seem to have been affected by English Civil War or revolutions in America and France. I think
this one is for
of stability during periods of
17.
E.
17.
E would be the answer here. I think so.
I'm
Yes. Let's move on to the next paragraph. Still, we have left with a lot of paragraphs. Oh, give me a second. I want to turn on the fan. It's getting hot.
Yes.
Okay. In the 1850s, Isabella Benton published the Book of Household Management. Like the earlier cookery writers, she plagiarized freely, lifting not just recipes but also philosophical observations from other books. If Betton's recipes were not wholly new, though the way in such she presented them certainly was. She explains when she chief ingredients are most likely to be in season, how long the dish will take to prepare, and even how much it is likely to cost. Betton's recipes were well suited to her times. 2 centuries earlier, an understanding of rural ways had been so widespread that one writer could advise to cooks to heat water until it was a little hotter than milk comes from a cow. By the 1850s, Britain was industrializing. The growing urban middle class needed details, and Benton Provided them in full. Hmm. I think we are still having some confusions, you know.
Excellent. Next.
Okay, let's move to the next one.
Good.
In France, cookbooks were fast becoming even more systematic compared with Britain. France had produced new books written for the ordinary householder. By the end of the 19th century, the most celebrated French cookbooks were written by superstar chefs who had a clear sense of codifying, a unified approach. I think there will be an N. I think that question maker has also made a mistake here. An unified approach to sophisticated French cooking. The 5,000 recipes in Auguste Escoffier's Le Guide Culinary, published in 1902, might as well have been written in stone, given the book's reputation among French chefs, many of whom still consider it's a definitive reference book. Hmm. Okay, let's move to the next one. What Escoffer did for French cooking, Fanny Fermer did for American home cooking. She um, Escoffier actually. She not only synthesized American cuisine, she elevated it to the status of science. Progress in civilization has been accompanied by progress of cookery. She breezily announced in the Boston Cooking School cookbook before they launching into a collection of recipes that sometimes resembles a book of chemistry experiments. She was occasionally over fuzzy. She explained the currents should be picked between June 18th and July 3rd, but not when it's raining. But in the main, her book reassuringly authoritative. Its recipes are short with no unnecessary chat and no unnecessary spices. In 1950, Mediterranean Food by Elizabeth David launched a revolution in cooking and fonts in Britain. In some ways, Mediterranean food recalled even older books, but the smells and noises that filled David's books were not a mere decoration of her recipes. They were the point of her books. When she began to write, many ingredients were not widely available or affordable. She understood this, acknowledging a later edition of one of her books that even if people could not very often make the dishes here described, it was stimulating to think about them. David's books were not so much cooking manuals as guides to the kind of people might well wish to eat. I think that will be this one. Last one, I think the I would be the answer here. But still, we need to understand. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Which one? The Word file or the website?
Word file. Question 20, 21, 18, 19. Turn off the TV. You have watched TV for
Okay.
so many
Look
times.
at this
Yes.
one as well. You may use any letter more than once, okay?
Yes.
So that means we're allowed to have,
মানে একটা প্যাসেজে দুইটা কোশ্চেন আনসার থাকতে পারে।
yes, it can be that. But the possibilities are low. Newer development. Okay. So that's why I think we need to look at some other. Okay, we are left with some confusions. Let's start one by one. A period when there was no need for cookery books, to be precise. So I think that will be from the very beginning. But a more likely reason that SPCS recipes were written by and for professional cooks who could follow their shorthand. The situation continued for hundreds of years. There was no order to cook's books. Okay, can you see?
I think this one will be C.
Yeah,
A cake recipe may be followed by a mutton one.
maybe we can write it here. Okay. Now, still I'm confused with this one
The negative effect on cookery
and
books
this one.
and new development.
Knowledge that was in danger of disappearing. Were not wholly new, through though the way she presented them certainly was. She explained the food season, how long the dish would take to prepare, and even how much it is gonna cost. Well suited to hard times 2 centuries earlier, an understanding of rural ways had been represented to one writer. That one writer could advise cooks to heat water until it was a little hot, then milk comes by cow. By the 1850s, Britain was industrializing. The growing urban middle class needed details. Boston provided them in full. They needed details and not sure actually.
ये टीवी देखा देख रहा
I think that would be F.
F.
Not
Knowledge
sure.
is in danger of disappearing.
Sometimes they won't make sense to us. That's the answer. Okay. Now this one. Negative impact of cookery books of a negative new development. New development. Negative impact of okay, let's look at from this one since we have solved C. The wealthiest employed literate chefs added presumably rich recipes to their service. Such cooks would have been capable of creating dishes from the vaguest of instructions. The invention of printing might have been expected to lead to greater clarity, but at first the reverse was true. As worst accurate commercial value, plagiarism exploded. Commercial value, negative impact of cookery books of a new development. Cookery books of a new development. I think the new development is the introduction of plagiarism.
Plagiarism.
Recipes were distorted through reproduction. Distorted. That means,
D হতে পারে।
yes, that would be G. So let's look at the answers now. Cancel D.
Hmm,
Oh, now
good.
that will be also D. EDFDC. 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 Now it's right, but you know, it took us almost a very, very long time.
এটা একটু
So,
একটু বেশি কঠিন।
yes, list
Different.
of headings are, list of headings is.
এটা মেসেজটা আসলে ক্লিয়ার বোঝা যায়, মানে ওয়ার্ড গুলো একটু সেন্টেন্স গুলো একটু অন্যরকম।
হ্যাঁ, এটা স্বাভাবিক। ওরা অনেক সময় অনেক রকমের মানে ট্রিক্স অ্যাপ্লাই করে।
আনসার কি ঠিক আছে আমরা যেটা করছি?
আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে। আর কি নতুন কিছু দেখবেন আজকে, নাকি এটুকুই থাক?
আজকে থাক, এক ঘন্টা।
হ্যাঁ, এই টপিক গুলো আসলে একটু টাফ, তো এই জন্য হচ্ছে হলো মানে বেশি পড়াচ্ছি না আমি। বেশি পড়াচ্ছি
না
না,
ঠিক
পরে
আছে।
বেশি পড়াইলে পরে হচ্ছে মাথায় থাকবে না।
হ্যাঁ
আমাদের কি করছিল কি, আমাদের তো 8টা ক্লাস করেছে, আপনাকে তো ওই ভেঙে ভেঙে সেটাকে 16টা দিছি ওকে। আমাদেরকে 8টা করেছে, আমাদের তো
আচ্ছা
ব্যাচে ছিল 20 জন। তো ওই দেখা যেত কি
আচ্ছা
একটা
আচ্ছা।
টপিকে যে আজকে আপনাকে যেটা পড়াইলাম এটা পড়াইতে টিচারের দেখা যেত 1-1.5 ঘন্টা লাগতো, কারণ মানুষ বেশি থাকলে তো পড়াইতে সময় লাগে বেশি। আবার ক্লাস ওয়ার্ক করাইতো। এখন তো ধরেন মনে করেন আপনার সাথে আমি যখন প্র্যাকটিস করতেছি, আপনার কিন্তু অলরেডি ক্লাস ওয়ার্ক হয়ে যাচ্ছে, আমার কিন্তু আলাদা করে আপনাকে বলতে হচ্ছে না যে এই জিনিসটা করেন আলাদা করে, তাই না? তো
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
এর মধ্যে ব্রিটিশ কাউন্সিল করতে কি মানে এই জিনিসগুলো তো মানে মাথায় থাকে টাফ, নতুন নতুন এগুলা কঠিন আছে। তো ব্রিটিশ কাউন্সিল করতে কি ওই যে আমার ব্যাচটা ছিল যে দুপুরে, ওদের আবার 3টা ব্যাচ ঢাকায়। সকালে
আচ্ছা
একটা
আচ্ছা।
নেয়, সকালে সম্ভবত 10টা 11টার দিকে একটা শুরু করে, দুপুরে 2:30 থেকে একটা শুরু করে, রাত্রেবেলা আবার সন্ধ্যা 6:30টার সময় একটা শুরু করে। তো আমার তো বাসা দূরে ছিল আর কি, ওই ঢাকা
হ্যাঁ
ইউনিভার্সিটি বাসা দূরে আছে, তো আমি দুপুর বেলাটাই নিছিলাম। উইকে একদিন পড়াইতো, ওই 1.5 ঘন্টা শেষ হয়ে যায়, আসরের আজান দিত, তখন আবার আমাদেরকে 20 মিনিটের জন্য ছুটিতে পাঠাই দিত, মানে মাথা রিল্যাক্স করার জন্য, কারণ এই জিনিসগুলা না হলে টাফ আর কি।